This is a video that's going to deal with parenting, educating the youth, and how parents and educators interact. First, I'm going to show you a video, and then we're going to talk about this.
Emails that I've gotten from parents, part 5. Up first. Subject, public humiliation. Hi. Ethan said you asked him to put his Chromebook away in front of everyone. He felt singled out and publicly targeted. He was emailing me. Please be more discreet when enforcing rules. Best. Mom. Next one. Subject, group project concerns. Hi. Avery mentioned her group members didn't do their share. As you know, she naturally assumes leadership roles. Is there a way she can receive additional credit for carrying the team emotionally? Thank you for recognizing her strengths. Sincerely, proud parent. Next one. Hello. I've noticed that whenever Jackson forgets something, he receives a consequence. This feels targeted. Other students forget things too, in parentheses, according to Jackson. Please explain this pattern. Respectfully, Karen. Next one. This one, actually crazy. Good afternoon. As taxpayers, we simply want to ensure our contributions are resulting in a positive academic experience for Elizabeth. Currently, she has a C. We would appreciate clarification on how our taxes align with this grade. Thank you, parent.
So, a lot to cover there. The first one is please be discreet with enforcing your rules. You told Ethan to close his Chromebook in front of everybody. That's because Ethan doesn't get special treatment, Ma. If Ethan knows the rules and Ethan's not following the rules, then Ethan gets told to follow the rules like anybody else would. Ethan doesn't get to get pulled aside and have the teacher go, hey, listen, buddy, could you do me a favor and follow the rules that I have in my classroom? That's not how this works. Then we have the second one here. Can my child get extra credit for carrying the group project emotionally? Because after all, she naturally assumes leadership roles. Well, if she naturally assumes leadership roles, tell her to be the fucking leader you claim she is and approach the teacher herself and inquire about extra credit. And no, your perceived levels of emotional support don't necessitate additional credit. The next one was, I can't believe my kid got consequences for forgetting something. This feels targeted. Other people forget things. Yeah, well, why don't you worry about what your kid's doing, not what other people are doing? How about that? And then, of course, there was the last one, which is, can you please explain to me how our son getting a C aligns with the tax dollars we spend in this community? Here's how it aligns. Your son is getting a fucking C. Or your daughter, your child, whoever. They're getting a C. That's how it aligns. The amount of money that you pay towards property taxes to keep your schools afloat isn't in parallel or in conjunction with what kind of grade they get. You're not buying them a grade. Okay, so here's the deal. I was born in 1972. I was a young boy going to school in the late 70s. I came of age, or became a teenager and went to high school in the 80s, junior high and high school in the 80s. And I understand it's a different time, and there are a lot more ways of protecting students that didn't exist when I was a child that are very important. Having said that, we have reached an era in American society where when a parent hears that their child got disciplined at school for something, they no longer think to themselves, well, what did you do to get disciplined? They think, what did that teacher do to you? You failed a test, you didn't turn in your homework, you got into a fight, there was something that happened that caused a teacher to discipline you. It is no longer, what did you do? It's what did the school do? What did the teacher do? What did the administrator do? What did the educator do to you? We need to get back to first looking at our kids and going, well, first, tell me what you did. And I don't want to jump straight to, well, the teacher did X. I want to hear what you did that caused the teacher to do that. And then we'll get to the bottom of this. So quickly, so frequently, so often in today's day and age, we jump to blame the teacher. We jump to blame the school. We jump to blame the dean or the principal or somebody, the coach. If it's an issue on a sports team, we jumped to that conclusion. We jumped to that level without ever stopping to think, maybe my kid did something stupid. Maybe my kid did something to warrant the punishment. I can't believe you had the unmitigated sack to email your kid's teacher and ask how them getting a C aligned with the amount of money you were paying in taxes. That is fucking insane to me. That's I put 2 kids through this fucking school system out here, and I have a son in 8th grade. If any one of them ever came home to me and said X, Y, or Z happened, my first thought and response to them was, let's get to the bottom of what you did to cause this incident to even occur. Can you believe me? They gave me a 0. Okay, well, what did you do to get a 0? Well, they just don't like me. Teachers don't give zeros because they don't like you. What did you do to earn a 0? Well, I didn't turn in my homework, but no, there ain't no but. School is your job. And that's what we taught our kids all the time. School is your job. We got to go to work and earn money to pay for everything. You got to go to school and get an education. Your job is school. If you're not doing your homework, you're not doing your job. You're going to fail that class. Nobody's going to look out for you. And this needs to be learned now. This lesson needs to be taught now, because when you go out in the real world and you don't do your job, you're going to lose your job. And there's going to be nobody there for you to go, but he just doesn't like me. No, this is teaching you to do your fucking job. Your job is school. Your tax dollars have nothing to fucking do with whether or not your kid is a fucking C student. See, I'm starting to get amped up a little bit because I see so many of these fucking people who go right after the educators out here where I live. Well, it was that kid's fault or that teacher's fault. That teacher had it out for my kid. That teacher had it out for this. That teacher this. That teacher that. No, what the fuck did your kid do? What did your kid do? Oh, when we get to the bottom of it, turns out your kid was acting like a complete and utter dick, and the teacher had to step in and stop him? Gee, that doesn't really seem like a teacher problem, does it? It seems like a you raised a fucking dick problem.